Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
Oh, look, another triple. I don't know what's going on with these triples lately, but apparently I've been enjoying reviewing them. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. So the beer I have for you today was a gift to me. Now, back in September, I was out on tour with Whitechapel supporting Lorna Shore. Our first show of the tour was up in Montreal at Telus, which is a really nice venue. And I was lucky enough that my friend Albert was able to come out and hang out with me after the show. We sat in the back alley and had a few beers together, shot the shit, had a good time. Really great seeing you, Albert. And he was kind enough to bring me some beers. One of the beers he brought me is this one right here. And this is, I'm going to mispronounce it because I don't speak French, Eau Bénite. I think that's how you say it. It translates into holy water. This is from the Unibroue Brewing Company out of Chambly, Quebec Province, Canada. Now, this brewery makes one of my top 10 favorite beers, La Fin du Monde. Such an excellent beer. If you could ever get that, I highly recommend buying it. They also did a collaboration beer with Megadeth. I believe it was called La Tout de Monde, something along those lines. I don't remember off the top of my head now, but they did a collaboration beer with Megadeth, and it was a really good beer. So this beer here, like I said, was a gift beer, and I've had a lot of beers from this brewery. Never even seen or heard of this beer before. This is a triple. It's 7.7% alcohol. On the back here, there's a little blurb that's kind of interesting. I think I can actually read it without the flashlight. Divine and radiant. This golden triple offers a bouquet of honey, lemon, and spices. One day, its fresh bread flavor and gentle warmth charmed a nun who was tasting beer for the first time. She exclaimed, "This is much better than holy water." So that's interesting because there is a little blurb on Untappd that's kind of similar to that. Kind of similar to the back of the can. It says, midway between a Belgian blonde and a triple, its pale, sweet malt notes never fail to charm the palate. Brewed for the first time in the summer of 1996, its name was inspired by a nun who, after tasting a beer for the first time, said it tasted better than holy water. Which, like I said, Eau Bénite is French for holy water. Now, I don't know which one's correct. And maybe over the years, the back of the can has changed, and that's from the original back of the can, and this is like the new version of the can. Either way, it's kind of interesting. On this can, it also lists the IBUs as 16.5. So now we got the IBUs and the alcohol. It says serve at 8 to 12 C or 46 to 54 Fahrenheit. Cool of them to do the conversion there. I know in Canada, you need to have the French, which is in French, and the English because they're a dual language country. But this might be one of the first beers I've ever seen that actually has the dual temperature on it, both Celsius and Fahrenheit. I don't see a canned... Oh, there's a canned on code. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So unfortunately, there's not really any canned on or best by date on the can. So they almost got it right. 2 out of 3, I guess. This is labeled as a beer forte or strong beer. And I really appreciate it, Albert. Thank you for sending this to me. Let's crack it open and see what it's like. On Untappd, it gets a 3.76 with 5.8 thousand check-ins. So it's a pretty popular beer. I'm surprised I've never seen it before. On Beer Advocate, it gets a 90 outstanding with 489 check-ins. And just for reference, the aggregate score at that point is 4.02. So Beer Advocate gives it a much better score than Untappd. Get a nose on it. Very fruity. A little bit of that white pepper again from, like, I guess from the Belgian yeast. But it's fruity and peppery. Yeah, just that like indistinct kind of fruity smell and some pepperiness to it. As far as color, it's a nice golden yellow color. Probably give it about a 6 on the SRM chart there. nice, maybe half a pinky's worth of very fine bubble head that was very loud when I first poured it, and it's dissipating in a normal fashion. I mean, it's not taking its time, but it's not going quickly. It's definitely not sticking around. I mean, it's almost gone now. That's enough about that head. I don't know where I'm going on that tangent. Let's take a drink. Albert, thank you very much. Always a pleasure seeing you. Hope to see you again soon, maybe in March, April, somewhere around there, if not earlier. Cheers, everybody. Again, this is another triple. It does have that pronounced carbonation, but it's not crazy like the first triple I did. It's not even as much as the second triple I did recently, but you do get some of that carbonation in the mouth and in the swallow. However, it doesn't even impart any sort of carbonated flavor. And that one triple I did not that long ago, the carbonation was giving it a carbonated flavor, like sparkling water kind of carbonated flavor. Like you could taste the carbonation, it was so strong. This, you could only feel it. Nice tingly carbonation, very fruity. It's a very nondescript kind of fruity flavor. I was watching Don from Don's Beer Reviews the other day, and he had a beer, I think it was an IPA, that said it was very tasty, very fruity, but could not pick out like exactly what the fruits were. This is the same way. It's a very nice fruity beer, but I don't know that I could tell you what the fruits are in it. Somewhat drying. Maybe that's the 7.7% alcohol, which is making me want to just keep going back and taking more and more drinks of it. This is an excellent beer. Really nice beer. Dangerous beer, because other than maybe that drying sensation, I have no idea it's 7.7% alcohol. It's just got this nice light fruitiness. I mean, it's almost light body. It's light bodied. It's not even light bodied. It's like kind of like how cotton candy dissolves in your mouth. Between the carbonation of the body of this beer, that's kind of what it is in your mouth. It's almost like that cotton candy just dissolving and dissipating into nothing. Yeah, you just take a big mouthful and you get that fizziness that just dissolves and dissipates into absolutely nothing. It's so light and delicate in the body. And you're just left with this like nice, fruity, slightly sweet flavor. And then some dryness that makes you just want to go back in for another sip. This is an amazing beer. Excellent beer. Big horns up for me. Really like this beer. Unibroue, you've knocked it out of the park once again. I really enjoy your beers. Albert, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure hooking up with you. It's always a pleasure seeing you, trading beers with you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you the next time. And as always, embrace the adventure.